Yo, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Crucible Brothers. My name is Lionhearts, and today we're talking pulse rifles, we're talking meta, we're talking Season 17, and specifically, we're talking about the one who stands alone, the gun who shall not be named, but we'll name it anyway, the No Time to Explain. So if you've somehow been in a coma or not playing the game recently, pulse rifles have been dominant for the last few seasons. And with the upcoming changes in Season 17, that dominance does not appear to be going anywhere. However, there is one big ripple. Currently, the pulse rifle game is dominated by three big names: the Messenger, the Peace of Mind, and the No Time to Explain. The biggest reason that Messenger stands so far above its competitors is its access to the former pinnacle perk Desperado. But starting in Season 17, Desperado is being slightly cut back so that it can be put on a wider variety of weapons. It will no longer be the hash slinging slasher that it currently is, enabling the Messenger to reach absurd time to kills in the 0.25 second range. It looks like it's going to be receiving roughly a 50% or more nerf to its rate of fire scaling on select weapons. And long story short, that means the inherent value of Messenger goes down in comparison to its competition. Already, the Peace of Mind is arguably a better pulse rifle on paper due to its inherent rapid-fire frame and really good zoom and perk access. But all challengers fall at the knees of Desperado. If that's no longer the case, then the question of what is the best pulse rifle in the game becomes a little more interesting. High-impact pulses specifically offer up a high level of forgiveness, an insane amount of lethality over range, and insane flinch factor, making them one of the more desirable archetypes overall. And with Messenger no longer being the easiest choice for best high impact, that throne very likely now goes to the second in command, the No Time to Explain. In short, the No Time to Explain not only offers up stats that no other pulse rifle can compete with, what No Time to Explain does cannot be replicated by any other weapon in the game. Obviously, part of this is due to it being an exotic, but in practice, it's arguably one of, if not the best, mid-range dueling weapons in the entire game. And outside of Peace of Mind, it's not going to have very much competition starting in Season 17. But before we get much further into why that'll be the case, we gotta take a second here, stop what we're doing, and remind you to leave a like on the video, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel for more content coming your way soon. We are fast on the road for 10,000 subscribers. We've been grinding real hard. We appreciate all your support. So if you could do that a little bit for us, that would help out immensely. Back to the video. Alright, let's start where all good comparisons start, and let's look at statistics. We're going to put up the Messenger, the No Time to Explain, and the Peace of Mind on screen to compare stats via the comparisons tool found on LightGG. And what we find here is an interesting story. Mainly, first thing I want to point out, Peace of Mind with that hefty 45 aim assist advantage over Messenger. What? I didn't even realize Peace of Mind had an 85 aim assist. No wonder this thing is turbo disgusting. Good God. And 19 zoom? Jesus Christ, no wonder this thing is so dumb. But in a more apples to apples comparison, No Time to Explain base offers up some pretty nice advantages compared to a Messenger, with already better base handling, stability, and range, and a nice aim assist advantage at the cost of 1 zoom. It also has much better base recoil direction at 90 versus Messenger's 60. When you add on that built-in full auto, suddenly you'll have one of the smoothest feeling pulse rifles in the entire game. I mean, we talk about hand cannons handing out free headshots, No Time to Explain gives them out like candy. And that's even before we get to the most disgusting part, and that's No Time to Explain's exotic perk, where after 10 crits, you get yourself your own personal low aimbot gun buddy. Imagine, if you will, Arc Souls, but hit scan and with even harsher tracking, and you'll have an idea of how annoying the No Time to Explain gun buddy is. While by itself it does do pretty insignificant damage, the important part here is knocking crits off. Because if you can 2-burst consistently with No Time to Explain, which is very easy because this gun is so free to use, then knocking off a required crit or even a required shot entirely makes that already 0.67 time to kill even faster. Plus, the most beneficial part of this gun buddy is its range, This will alert you to enemies that you do not see, including invisible enemies, and it is so very helpful. The amount of times I have not seen someone because sometimes we all tunnel vision, and the gun buddy starts shooting them, allowing me to flick and get the finish, it's wonderful. I mean, I don't think we could stress this enough. This might be one of the easiest weapons in the history of Destiny to use and use effectively. We're talking about 35 meters before you experience damage fall off, and you don't even really have to worry about losing your ability to 2-burst until 40. You add on top of that a gun buddy, and that range is extended even further. You add on damage boost, that range is extended even further. All the while, you're dealing with minimal recoil, insane flinch output, snappy handling. It's incredible. No Time to Explain is so buttery smooth. If you at all struggle to use pulse rifles or you're not familiar with them, start with No Time, because it is autopilot. I cannot stress that enough. And really, it's this ease of use that leads to No Time to Explain being one of the strongest weapons in the game. Let's put it up against what will now be its biggest competition going forward, and that's the Peace of Mind. Peace of Mind is incredibly lethal for a myriad of reasons. The biggest one being that its access to higher zoom than normal for rapid fires allows it to duel to beyond hand cannon range, whereas something like Darkest Before has to contend with hand cannon straight up, which can be very difficult because the inherent problem with rapid fires is that to get optimal kills without a damage boost, you need to land all crits, 3 bursts, 9 crits. And let's face it, not all of us are perfect. That's actually a pretty steep requirement for optimal time to kill. And as soon as you don't hit optimal, you're suddenly slower than hand cannons. Peace of Mind, while being the easiest to use of the rapid fires, still has that steep, critical to optimal time to kill requirement. When you compare that to No Time to Explain, yes, you still need to hit your crits to 2 burst at 0.67 time to kill. If you miss a crit with No Time to Explain, you're still going to kill with the next bullet in the next burst and still be faster than hand cannons. That's still a pretty fair margin of error, especially when you consider that you can sit so much further back with No Time to Explain. I mean, really, outside of like a rogue DMT, there's not much else other than sniper rifles that will compete with you in the relative same time to kill range. And that's why No Time to Explain is so strong. It dominates lanes from far away. Similar to Peace of Mind, but with a faster optimal time to kill. So, the grand old question, does that mean No Time to Explain will be the best pulse rifle in the game in Season 17? I think it'll be fairly even with Peace of Mind. The thing is, it's going to boil down to playstyle. Peace of Mind is going to be better for aggressive players. Due to the rate of fire difference and access to traditional damage perks, it's going to have the ability to flex into closer range engagements in a way that No Time to Explain kind of struggles to do so. Whereas if you're someone who is more of a traditional pulse rifle player, you tend to sit back in the mid to long range, you play your lanes, you play high traffic areas, then No Time to Explain is a monster that you should not underestimate. Especially in an environment like Trials. No Time to Explain has always been one of the better Trials weapons depending on map, but really it's kind of fallen out of favor recently due to better legendary options. If Messenger drops in usage, expect to see more No Time to Explain, especially in the Trials environment. It's honestly so good there. So if you're a pulse rifle user, I highly recommend you give it a try, dust off the No Time to Explain, get out there and make the stranger proud, and hopefully one day Bungie will give us that fucking ghost shell. That's all we got for today. If you guys like the Messenger, why don't you leave a like on the video and maybe get down in those comments. Tell me what your favorite pulse rifles are. If you're not a pulse rifle user, have you tried the No Time to Explain? Because I guarantee you it'll at least make you a convert for that weapon. Regardless, get down there, leave a comment. We'll be down there responding as per usual. And while you're down there, hit the subscribe button for more content coming your ways. My name is Lionhearts. Gumi is somewhere in the ether, storing his power level for next season. This has been the Crucible Brothers, and we will see you in the next video.